Hi guys, I'm Gordon.
And I'm Alice.
And we're roaming with the Ramsays. We both want to just say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
The overwhelming amount of support and awesome comments that we've had on our last couple of videos, wrecked and after the wreck, which I'll put links to those videos up above, has just been amazing.
Right. Very heartwarming. I mean,
exactly.
Oh my God. It's been unbelievable of the comments that we've gotten.
Yeah, and it inspires us to continue to do more, and there's been a lot of questions in the comments, which I love questions because it gives me ideas.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about our interactions with the insurance company and had a bunch of questions on that and maybe a checklist. So we will be doing a checklist video also of things that you might want to know or things to be prepared for if you find yourself in a similar situation to us. Now, of course, all situations won't be the exact same.
Right.
But
so if you have questions that you want to have answered, if we're able to answer them, please leave a comment, and we are making a whole list of questions so we can try to answer as many as possible. To help you out if you're ever in this situation. Right. Also. So leave us a comment below if you have any questions for our next video.
There's a huge learning curve for us, but we think that the experience that we had and what we went through would be great for you guys information-wise going forward. So as promised, this is the big reveal video and our new rig.
Look at the kitchen.
So,
oh my gosh. My favorite part of the whole place.
So one of the things that we definitely wanted to talk about is our checklist. So our accident happened when we were actually on our way to the Hershey RV show. So as we were, it happened about 4 or 5 days before the show. So we decided, you know, this RV is probably going to get totaled, or potentially will, so maybe the RV show would be a great opportunity for us to look around and check out other trailers.
Yes. So of course our gears shifted because we had other plans when we were going to go to the RV show than what we ended up doing, because of course we ended up looking for a new RV for ourselves instead of just kind of going through the RVs and giving you guys some information on the new up-and-coming RVs. Sorry we didn't get that done for you guys. We had a few other things on our mind.
Right? So, but what we did do is we came up with a checklist. Things that we maybe didn't like about our Keystone Alpine, or things that we would want different. So that checklist is what helped drove us to where we are now, and this is a Riverstone Reserve 3850 RK. The RK stands for rear kitchen. So this is the back of the RV back here. So we're going to talk about some of the things that, you know, and the accident helped us with some of these decisions, you know. If you saw the video where we couldn't get into the refrigerator,
oh my gosh.
That was one of the things on our list, is be able to open the refrigerator if the slides are in.
Right. And guess what? All we have to do is climb over this countertop right here, and we can get to the refrigerator, the full refrigerator, the freezer and the freezer and the refrigerator. So that was definitely top on our list, is we wanted to be able to access that.
Right.
My top of the list, I wanted white interior. I was tired of looking at all of the brown that a lot of RVs have, because our second choice was the Solitude. We really liked the Solitude. We really liked the Grand Design, but I didn't want brown, and the only ones that we could find at the time, I know that they're out there, but the only ones that we could find at the time were brown, and I really didn't want to go back to the brown.
Correct. And we did go and talk to a Grand Design dealer and toured one of the Grand Design Solitude rear kitchen models, and we did like that layout and that plan also. I'm talking with the paper. But when we started talking to them also about price, they didn't want to negotiate price at all.
At all.
And personally, I didn't want to pay over $100,000 for an RV. I felt there were still better deals to be had out there. So I started researching, and you know, this is what we ended up settling on, and luckily we found it. So going back to our checklist, Some of the things we wanted, obviously the white paint, but we also wanted our sleeper sofa to not be on a raised slide.
Right.
In our Alpine, both sleeper sofas were on a raised slide, and when you extended the sleeper sofa, it just never sat right.
Never flat.
And there was no way that you could replace it with something that you would buy on the market.
Right. So whenever we would have guests, my dad, or anybody else, our daughter, they had to sleep on the floor. We bought an air mattress and we had to put the air mattress on the floor. And I really didn't want to do that again. I really wanted a comfortable place for our guests to be able to stay. And we hope we did that. It is flat. I make no guarantees that it's comfortable, but it is flat.
And we don't want it to be that comfortable anyway, because company should come for a short period of time.
We don't want you to stay forever. We love you dearly.
Right. But the big thing also is that the slide here that our sleeper sofa is on is level with the living room floor.
Right.
So if we decide that this is not comfortable, we can just go and find a normal sofa sleeper that can sit here as long as it fits within the space and through the door. Now that was another thing about this RV that we liked, is it had a bigger door. The door is 30 inches wide, so you can get most furniture through the door. Even the refrigerator, if I need to, I can get out the door.
The other nice thing is, on the opposite side of the sofa sleeper is there's a desk. And because I do have a remote job, the desk is really nice, because I was just sitting on the couch working for my 8 hours, and it does get a little uncomfortable to sit on a couch for 8 hours. So the desk is definitely a very nice addition to this RV, and it was one of the big selling points for us.
When you're working 40 hours a week, you need to be comfortable. And it's also a good place for me to sit and set up our larger monitor when it comes time to edit videos and get the video stuff done. So it's a space that we can both share and work at. Not at the same time, but...
No, but the table and the desk are all on the same slide. And so while I'm working, he can be working also. And we're right there. So if we have questions or comments or whatever, we are right in the same area. And it's very comfortable to work in this area. And since Gordon does such a great job at editing all of these videos for us, it's nice to have that area for him also.
And so going back to our checklist, we also kind of wanted a different bathroom. The bathroom in our Alpine was not bad, but it was a little small. And the thing I didn't like, and something for you to think about if you're looking for an RV, is that medicine cabinet. So we had a medicine cabinet right over the sink. So anytime as a man, if I wanted to bend down and get my face wet when I'm shaving or whatever, you know, that medicine cabinet was always kind of in the way.
Yes.
So the new trailer actually has double sinks, so his and hers.
Yes.
And it doesn't have a medicine cabinet behind the sinks. The medicine cabinets, two medicine cabinets, one on each end. Side. Sorry, I just blocked her face. One on each end of the mirror, and then the mirror is flat against the wall, so it makes it really easy to use that space.
And we also doubled the amount of storage underneath the sink. So there's 3 drawers for each side and an open cupboard that you can put stuff into the cupboard. So we have double the amount of space in this bathroom than what we had before.
And a very nice walk-in shower.
Yep. I think the shower's probably about the same size. So it's really nice. It's just beautiful. I love the gray walls, and so, you know, I think we did a great job at picking out this trailer.
Right. So far, we're very happy with it.
Yes.
And moving on to the bedroom. So the bedroom has an RV King bed, which is a memory foam bed, which we were kind of surprised. It's been pretty comfortable so far. I mean, every other RV we've ever bought, the mattress that comes with it is usually garbage, and you're getting rid of it real soon, or you're trying to buy a mattress topper to go on it to make it last a little bit longer. But the bed's a king and it still has room, so we might be able to get just a standard king instead of having to go with an RV king.
Yep. Well, we put a standard king in our last one and it fit just fine. Right. So I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be able to put a standard king in this one, because there's plenty of room on both sides of this mattress to be able to get that in there. Closet? Wow, this closet nice. is much larger than the other one. It's deeper, and there's more room between.
Especially for her.
Especially for me, because
I get the little side to the right where the washer and dryer are supposed to go, and she's got everything else.
Right, and the shelves, you just move the curtains. You move the clothes to the side, and there's shelves on the back wall. Oh my gosh.
Right.
So those are pretty awesome. And the dresser that we have in there, right. We had 3 drawers before. Now we have 2 cabinets that open, and
with shelves inside drawers? The cabinets.
5 or 3 or 6 or I can't even remember how many drawers. A lot.
Right. So I'm going to ask you guys for some help, because there's one thing I don't know much about, and that's solar.
Oh, yes.
So this Riverstone came with solar on it already. It has one panel, 190 watt panel, and a 1000 watt inverter, and I don't really know much about it. So having a residential refrigerator, we need to make sure that that the batteries are getting charged appropriately, and that I'm pushing the right buttons
right
when it comes to keeping things working. So for those of you who know a little bit about solar, or have some comments, or maybe even a suggestion of a channel to go to and watch something about that they have on solar, I'd appreciate a comment below, because I'm going to start doing some research. One thing I know I want to do in the future is I've debated whether to use 4 golf cart batteries or maybe go with 2 Battleborn batteries. Mm-hmm. Because I would like to do a little bit of off-grid camping, and we have to keep Alice's computer charged and running. So in the meantime, until we can, add on, what we've done is we purchased 2 Honda 2200 watt generators, so we can use those to keep power going and keep everything up and running.
Yeah. So going to the outside of the RV now. So this one here has less outside storage than what the Alpine had. We have what we called the belly, which is the front storage, and what we called the butt, which was that big slide that was underneath the living room on the back side. Well, we don't have that large slide anymore, and there's no storage on the back end of this RV. So we had to get rid of some stuff. We had to go through everything that we had. What did we need? What can we condense down? Gordon did a great job reorganizing while I was working, and we were able to get everything that we needed to keep for sure into the front storage compartment. We also purchased a toolbox for the back of the truck. So we got rid of a whole tote full of tools, right, and put it in the back of the pickup truck, which saved room for anything else that I wanted to keep.
Right. So, we're learning, just like anybody who is in their RV, that, as you go and time goes by, you start realizing, I haven't used this in a year or worn this in a year, so I can probably get rid of it.
Yep.
When you first make the transition, the thought process is, ooh, this is really nice, I don't want to have to replace it.
Right.
And, so you slowly let go of more and more stuff.
Yeah. So we got rid of some winter clothes that we haven't worn. We did keep a few still because we have been finding the winter since we spent 3 weeks in Wisconsin. And we were in New Hampshire for another week unexpectedly. And we're not quite to our winter destination yet. So we did have to keep a few things just because of that. But going back to the outside, my favorite part of the whole outside is that nice big R on the back side, because it stands for Roaming with the Ramsays.
That's right. Absolutely.
I'm sure Riverstone thought it stood for Riverstone, right, but they're wrong.
They're wrong. Now, the other thing, I'm glad she mentioned favorite parts of outside, is my favorite part is this trailer has 3 slides. every slide is hydraulic, and every slide has its own individual operation control. On my Alpine, it was the 2 kitchen slides that were hydraulic, and they kind of worked together, not independently. So you'd hold the button in, one would go out, and then the other one would go out. With this one, I can individually control every slide, in or out, because each one has its own button. Now we also got lucky. There are 2 awnings on the outside, and there is an outside entertainment center with a TV that we may not use. We really don't care that much about, but it was already there, so hey, we're gonna use it.
Okay, the best part, we ended up with double pane windows. Yes, again. We really thought we were not going to get those double pane windows. And if you've ever had double pane windows, it would be really hard to go back to single pane windows with the sweat that you get on those windows when it's cold outside. So we were so thankful when Gordon got the whole list of stuff that came with this trailer, and double pane windows were on that.
Right. So one suggestion that I want to make about finding an RV is make a list of things that you want, and I would say make it into a couple of areas: must-haves, would like to haves, and
if it's there, great,
because that helps you with your search. Now, I used RV Trader. I think it's great because there's so many different ways you can filter your search, and once we had narrowed it down to this model, I started searching. We found one. This one was in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, which is about half an hour north of Green Bay. And it was with Quiet Woods RV. Now, I gotta say that both Emily and Michelle were awesome to work with.
So starting out with Quiet Woods, we'll start out with the beginning. Because we hadn't even gotten the information from the insurance company if our trailer was going to be totaled or not, they let us put a $500 deposit down to hold this trailer, not knowing.
Right.
And it was fully refundable, so if something happened and they had to repair our trailer instead of replacing it, we would be able to get that $500 back. So, always ask. You never know what somebody's going to do for you. So, Quiet Woods RV in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin was absolutely amazing to work with.
And we're not getting anything to say that either.
No.
You know? I mean,
we got a trailer from them.
We got a trailer from them, and we paid good price. But they're easy to work with, very friendly, and you know, if we lived in the area, I would be more than happy to take it back there for its normal service and all that maintenance stuff that needs to be done, because they're awesome. So, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
I mean, we love it.
Oh, so comfortable.
It became home quickly. Now, I will say that another future video, so there's a couple video ideas I have. One is, of course, insurance and expectations for dealing with insurance if you have an accident. And I want to thank one of our commenters for that, because he asked a couple of questions and suggested maybe something like that. And then a second one, of course, is going to be organization. We've done organization videos in the past, but this is a new rig and it has different spaces, so that means we're going to have to adapt some new organization in. So we're going to make sure that we bring that to you as well, so you can see how we handle some of the challenges of finding a home for everything.
Right, because everything is completely different from the last one, so we really had to start thinking about different things and stuff, and so we'll be pretty excited to bring that to you and show you some ideas of what we have, of what we've done with our new space.
So we'll see you next week. Don't forget to hit like. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, and look forward to seeing you next week with expectations of dealing with insurance company.
Yay.
She did most of the work.
Look at that beautiful R for roaming with the Ramsays.